The Lesbian Servant, Lesbian BDSM Erotica, written by Kelly Sanders, narrated by Jessica Howard. Ever since she'd started work at my office a few months earlier, Haley and I had shared a rather flirty relationship. Bundled away in a back office of a small accounting firm with 5 coworkers, we'd often find naughty ways to get up to all kinds of mischief. We spent more time gossiping and secretly making fun of others than we did actually completing our work. My own productivity probably plummeted, but I didn't care. She was such a magnetic personality that I found myself drawn towards her from the moment she was introduced to the group. It helped that we were sat next to each other on a long desk along the back with the rest of the office facing away from us, affording us ample opportunity to get up to all sorts of mischief. I had never even been particularly flirty in the past, always finding it difficult to strike up a conversation with another woman, let alone a relationship, leading to a brief string of disappointing sexual encounters. Haley, on the other hand, felt like I had known her my whole life, despite having only met some months earlier. Of course, it helped that I was infatuated with her ginger-tinged auburn hair and the sizable rack she kept squeezed into her designer work outfits. With it being summertime, I had plenty of opportunities to sneak a sly peek at her tremendous juggling cleavage. Subtlety had never been my strong suit, and she soon cottoned onto my game. She didn't seem to mind, though. In fact, she welcomed it, and even pulled the neckline of her top to the side to expose herself to me. I was so embarrassed, and I was convinced that she had only done it to shame me, but part of me hoped that she was as interested in me as I was in her. Later that night, all I could think about was that brief flash of nipple that she'd given to me. I began to fantasize about her and even thought about being with her, but my imagination was running wild, and I was getting ahead of myself. It turns out that she actually had a girlfriend, but when I asked to see a picture of her, she declined and became eerily cautious. I wondered if she was lying to me, playing hard to get, or trying some mind trick on me to gauge my reaction. I had never been any good at reading people, and I had no idea what was going on with her. All I knew was the immense frustration of being told that she was already taken, that I couldn't have her for myself. That said, I continued to flirt outrageously with her at work, and my masturbation fantasies became even more heated and intense with every passing night. Knowing that she might be having sex with her girlfriend was a strangely perverted turn-on, even though I know it didn't involve me at all. My initial jealousy gave way to a burning desire to join in on their sex lives, and the ideas of a threesome were rarely out of my mind. I never thought it would ever happen, though, and in a way, it never did happen the way I pictured it as I lay alone in my bed with my fingers gently nudging between my legs. However, one evening after work, we were getting ready to leave when she popped the question. "Would you care to join us for dinner?" she asked. "With me and Aaron?" "Oh," I half-gasped. She still hadn't shown me a picture of her, and part of me still suspected, even hoped, that she wasn't real. "Yeah," she said, lingering in front of me for an extended pause as she physically convinced me to accept. With the mere notion of a threesome lodged deep in my mind, I graciously accepted. "I'd love to," I replied, beaming with the excitement as we made our way out to her car and drove away destined for her home. For the entire 20-minute journey, I could feel my clitoris tingling harder and harder inside my panties. Occasionally, I would feel a cold shower of doubt descending over me as I spoke to her, but the possibility of something more happening never left my mind. She made small talk, telling me about Aaron's incredible risotto and the tiramisu she'd made for dessert. I got the impression from her wry smile that she wasn't telling me the whole truth. But I was so blinded by the prospects of any sexual contact with her that I was willing to skirt over her blatant secrecy. She was hiding something with a sense of glee that matched the look in her eyes at Christmas as she watched a loved one opening up their presents. I could tell that she couldn't wait for me to meet this Aaron girl, and truth be told, even though I resented her possible existence at first, I found myself aching to meet her as well. I had no idea what she even looked like, and yet I had somehow fantasized about having sex with the two of them. The picture in my head seemed almost quaint in comparison to the dark, depraved sight that awaited us when we finally rolled up to her beautiful house in the suburbs. "After you," she said, waving me in through the door. I was immediately hit by the scent of perfume emanating from an electric air freshener on the wall.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?